right, welcome back, everyone. I tell you, first of all, as always, drop your tickers or questions in the associated chat. I got Nicole helping me out as always. Just a real quick intro. You know, I've talked. If you follow me on my personal social media, remember I am at TBOHEN everywhere. Okay. Looks like the scammers and impersonators are kind of like, you know, the biggest, it's funny, Bitcoin starts bouncing. So every time every time Bitcoin bounces or something, the scammers come out of the woodwork. But anyway, at Bohen, at StocksToTrade, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Those are the only two real accounts. But I bring that up. I tell you, man, many of you might know I'm doing Andy Frizella's 75 hard, and I believe I'm on day 55, today would be day 56. And man, if you've done it, I know everybody's journey is a little different, but man, just like, it's hard, but it's not like really, I mean, it's not like insane hard. But every couple weeks, it's like I feel like I get hit by a truck. It's like roughly every 12 to 14 days, and today's the day. Now again, just physically, I mean mentally, I'm ready to rock. I had my 6 poached eggs. I inhaled half a bottle of Alpha Brain. I've drank 6 pots of coffee. The brain's ready to rock, but the body is broken. I am a broken man. Leg day on Wednesday was brutal. Back and arms today. I'm struggling to stand up at the standing desk. Enough whining. Let's get to. But anyway, I highly recommend 75 hard. I can't. It's awesome. I love it. But again, it's brutal today. So AEHR, I would look for a break of last night's highs over 15, probably risking VWAP. You got to give this a little bit of. So Edison asks about this. AEHR breaks of 15, risk on VWAP. Little higher price, little higher range. And this is this back at 52s? Yeah. So back at 52s. So I really like this, and as always, welcome to Friday. Get prepared to hear, I'll just say it. I know most of you don't want to hear it again, but remember, in my opinion, the 2 best times to be aggressive as a day trader, always good time. Hey, especially post-2020 world. I'm not saying there's quote-unquote bad days. 2 best times, Monday morning, Friday afternoons. So if you can wait for an afternoon breakout on AEHR, love this. William says, what do you think about a red to green on RNAZ? Man, I have to admit, many of the Steady Trade team members jump on pre-market prep. Man, I bashed this all morning, yesterday morning in the Steady Trade team webinar. Now, listen, in trying to defend myself, if I had known, at 9 a.m. when I was doing that webinar, if I had known this thing was going to trade 250 million shares, I would have had a different opinion. The volume really, really came in after the market. I mean, basically the volume came in after it dipped and ripped. I mean, look at that. Look at the volume really come in at that high day break. So I was bearish this yesterday, and I feel like I'm carrying a little bit of that bearish baggage. And the biggest reason I say that is I just don't like this. I don't like this gap down from 450 down to 417, then 6 red days in a row. And ultimately, I was wrong yesterday on the read. Again, I didn't know I was going to trade 250 million shares yesterday. I would have had a different. If I would have had some sort of crystal ball, I probably would have been a little more aggressive. So in summary, I don't love the red to green. I'd probably look at more that 5 level because, again, I just look at this daily, and with all these red days and the gap downs, I'm just afraid that you're going to get stuck in a failed red to green, okay? So there's my opinion. It's in play. You don't have to agree with me. I don't like the red to green in this with this daily chart. Krista asked about Zevo. Man, Zevo is just such an example of nothing dies. You know, I know I already made one reference to the post-2020 world, but it's just a different world post-2020, man. We just didn't used to have, you know, these stocks that would just come back from the dead, 3 days later. So this is textbook dip and rip. 4 million floater, traded 8 million shares. Good chance this gets a chat pump. This was a chat pump the other day. There's a good chance it gets the chat pump again. So ideally this kind of settles down and we look for that dip and rip over 750. So, and again, I know I have fun picking on low float short sellers, but this is just such a good example of listen, if you're going to short stocks, fire away. If you can stick to a stop loss, if you can be disciplined, short away. But man, please don't swing short anything because you wake up to so many mornings like this. So dip and rip all day, baby. RSL asks about GoED. Godeker. So these the ScamXs are back. IHT brought back the ScamX stocks. So IHT is a red to green for the squeeze. This went nuts into the close. What's GoED going? Listen, if you're going to trade a ScamX squeezer, I think IHT is the one to focus on. That's not a bash on GoED, but I'm going to do this. IHT greater than GOAD. They're the same thing. They're both low float, former runner, ScamX stocks. Okay, if you're not familiar with the ScamX, you should know the American Stock Exchange is almost as bad as the OTCs, almost. So my opinion is, if you want to trade a ScamX squeezer, I think look at the show notes. Hey, I remembered to do the big font today. I think IHT is greater than GoED. So number one, Nicole. I need to thank Nicole for picking not only this username, but also the question. So thank you. As always, you guys know I appreciate everyone that helps me out. I couldn't do this without Nicole's help. And that being said, Crab Apples Bodaciously Bitter Fruits asks, quite possibly the greatest username ever, Crab Apples Bodaciously Bitter Fruits asks, DRV, attack the collateral force, their hand throw monkey wrench at Fed criminal operation. What? I have no idea what Bodaciously Bitter Fruits is talking about, but I'll take a look. It's a 3X ETF. This is a troll. So well done, Nicole. You guys, everyone knows how I feel about 3X ETFs, especially a real estate. Why would you be bearish real estate? I mean, how of all the things in the world to be bearish in 2021, real estate? I mean, listen, you could be bearish social media, cloud computing, electric vehicles, on down the line. But bearish real estate with a sketch, probably soon to be delisted 3X ETF? Madness! Madness! There's my 300 impersonation. So anyway, sorry to get a little off topic, but no, avoid DRV. It's probably going to this is what they're going to do. They're going to reverse split this, and then they're going to delist it. Enjoy losing all your money in DRV. So anyway, AEMD. Sorry. I get easily distracted. Too much coffee. AEMD's dead. CAPR. Multi-month breakout. 8 million shares. News. What's the news? Let me take a peek at this news. Okay. I like the news. We got a multi-month breakout. We got decent volume. Dip and rips and VWAP holds. Standard approach. This is a sketchy biotech, right? Let me take a look at the financials or lack thereof. 310,000 in revenue. Oh, they're crushing it. They probably got that 300 grand in revenue they got is probably like from renting out rooms in their office or something. So they're losing $10 million, money losing biotech, but it's got good news and it's a multi-month breakout. Dip and rips and VWAP holds. Very, very standard approach to any money losing biotech. All right, one more. Zila. Oh, DATS. Yeah, so Jay, big thing I would say, Jay and everyone on DATS, go back to the weekend watch list. It should be in your email. DATS. All my thoughts are the same. The weekend watch list, 5 for 5 this week, by the way. Cha-ching. Anyway, all my thoughts on DATS the same. BBIG, big squeeze. What? Brandon says BBIG squeeze after hours. What are you smoking, Brandon? Man, the trolls are out. The trolls are out. Who let them out? Anyway, Zila. There's no big squeeze on BBIG yesterday. Zila is a red to green. So what is up with Zila? Does anybody know? So it is a possible red to green, but is this like a Wall Street bets play? Is somebody on Twitter pumping this? I got no BS. I got like 10 DMs last night, which, I know 10 isn't a lot, but this stock had 9 cents of range, and all of a sudden I get 10 DMs. Does anybody know? I'm going to assume 2 things. Wall Street bets pump, or maybe some Yahoo on Twitter is pumping this. Because why would I get 10 DMs from 10 different people on a stock with 9 cents of range the previous day? So it is a red to green, but I'd be really careful because, man, this sure smells like a pump. So no range yesterday, and I'm getting DM'd like crazy. Gotta be some kind of pump. Be careful. All right, Samir. All right, I was just about to move on. Speaking of trolls, Samir is asking if Wish is a long-term investment. Come on, guys. Wish, come on. We have talked about Wish. God, man. You guys gotta know what Twitter... Listen, you could go back to pre-market prep from June 8th, and I told you this was nothing but a Twitter pump. My entire life's work has gone to waste. Every day I show up and I do everything I can to save you guys from this stuff. No! Have a great day. Check out the weekend watch list. And maybe check out 75 Hard. It's a great mental and physical challenge. And maybe, just maybe, you can be as angry as I am when people talk about investing in Twitter pumps. Have a great day, my friends. We'll see you next time. Someday.